see, 615-480-6473. Get cash today and that unwanted vehicle out of your way. 615-480-6473.
Cash in hand today.
Cash in hand today.
Okay, well, hold on. So you are comfortable with if a boy and girl sports,
no.
Boy going into little girls' bathroom.
No.
Men,
no.
All men. But
I'm honest.
He identifies as a woman.
Listen, I've had some discussions, and I hope David Battle and the other individuals that I've discussed this with, that they are pushing their daughters, and they have daughters playing Pee Wee football, and how they were so pro Vanderbilt. I'm still not I'm pro women football. Play women football. Don't play men's football. That's where I stand.
I'm gonna go with a radical idea for you right there.
That's where I am.
I'm gonna go off the reservation, Ron. Okay.
Why?
Hold on, real quick.
Go ahead.
Transgenders should have their own football league.
That's right.
Own baseball.
Go
own
ahead.
Basketball.
Go ahead.
I think
that's where I am with it.
Wait a minute. Also, there was nominated the first transgender Secretary of Health. Tell me if I'm misunderstanding. We need to look that up because I don't want to misspeak. And so
let's just get this out. The definition of transgender, denoting or relating to a person whose sense of personal identity and gender does not correspond with their birth sex. Transgender people have a gender identity or gender expression that differs from the sex that they were assigned at birth.
Biologically, so you're saying biologically, this may be a girl, but she identifies as a boy. Or a man who was born a man identifies as a woman. And hey, look, hold on. Wait a minute. Cornelius, Ron, I got no problem with people identifying what they want to identify with. I have an issue with legislating what people can and can't do or cannot, or how it's going to affect my life and my children and my future living.
Listen, I'm interrupting. I'm interrupting.
Go ahead.
My daughter, I love her dearly. Is not playing a male sport.
Wait a minute.
My other goddaughter, Jacqueline, I think it's her birthday today. Shout out to her. She's not playing a male sport. Ebony, she's not playing a male sport. Okay. Period, point blank, the end. She's a girl. They are women. They are females. They are not playing male sports.
In 10 years, if she identifies as
I don't think she will.
Or being white.
No, she's Cornelius. No. This is To The Point Show, 615-242-7760. Call in because we got to deal with this. Speaking of gender and transgender, Ron, didn't our marvelous president just appoint someone in his cabinet as transgender?
Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
We got
previously a man.
I got a comment. Somebody from on YouTube said women should have their own team. Thank you.
I agree. We agree. Over here To The Point Show, we agree with you on that. Call in 615-242-7760. Also, executive order. Rachel Levine. Okay, here we go. We got a caller. Go ahead. Let's get a call in there.
Caller, are you there?
Sister Mona Lisa. Sister Mona Lisa, how was your weekend?
Hank Aaron taking the vaccine and then dying in the street. A couple of days later, I was in the hospital and they tried to give me the vaccine. They asked me did I want it. They tested me for COVID and I didn't have it. But they asked me did I want the vaccine. I told them no. Something in my heart told me to say no. And then one more thing I want to say about this transgender thing. All of them need to read the Bible. It's in the Bible. The whole story.
All right.
About a boy and a girl.
Thank you, Mona. Thank you, Mona Lisa. Thank you.
Thank you for that testimony about being in the hospital. And she was offered the caller was offered the vaccine, and she said she didn't want to. And Sister Monique, she may be over 50 years old, over 50. So we didn't know how old you are, Sister Monique. You've been keeping that secret for a long time. I want to know how old you are immediately, and call back if you get a second. Call back.
Evidently, she may have
qualified.
Okay.
Qualified to be.
And she listened to her heart.
Uh-huh.
I can't blame anyone.
Hey, look, I gotta say amen to that. But Larry King is gone. Larry King is gone, and he had COVID-19 complications. I understand also. Okay, hold on. But back to the executive order. I'm sorry. Biden select transgender doctor Rachel Levine as assistant health secretary. And Rachel is a transgender woman.
Okay. So by definition,
hold on, slow man.
Okay.
Was she born a he and now he's a she, or was it a she that was born and now it's a he? I'm confused.
She was a man previously, and now he's a woman. He's a woman now.
It gets so complicated. And when you talk about,
I'm not laughing about it.
No, I understand. But I mean, it's complicated.
I've got many gay friends.
Okay. You know that, Larry.
No, I didn't mean to. No, hold on.
I mean, you cannot help but to have. And I can't. We can't say.
Ron, hold on, real quick. Y'all remember you hit on TV all the time or somewhere? I've got a lot of black friends.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of white friends. Got a lot of Asian friends. I've got a lot of Hispanic friends. And if I got some transgender friends, I don't know personally if I do, but I'm sure I do, right? So we all know somebody probably that.
Larry, back in the day.
Back in the day.
Have you ever been in a club or something and mistaken someone?
No. I wouldn't be on the club scene very often. But that being said,
right.
Joe Biden, President Joe Biden announced Tuesday that he will nominate Rachel Levine, Pennsylvania's top health official, as his assistant secretary of health. Levine, a pediatrician, will become the first openly transgender federal official to be confirmed by the United States citizen. Dr. Levine will bring, we're quoting here, somebody saying this, Dr. Levine will bring the steady leadership and essential expertise we need to get people through this pandemic.
Okay, Larry, you always talk about, I'm not trying to diversify, but I am trying to get the best people for the job. So if the best person for the job is a transgender, would you hire them on your team?
I would, but the fact.
Okay, I was just wondering.
But hold on. But here's the facts. In Pennsylvania, Pennsiliania's top health official did a poor job, and that's this person right here. Then Joe Biden was derelict and negligent in this hiring. Go ahead, caller.
Yes, I have a question for Opinionated Larry.
Yes.
If he would mind. I'm not talking about the same systems y'all talking about today.
Yes, go ahead, Carl. Go ahead.
But those at the Capitol, do you not think that they should be charged with accessory to murder or manslaughter because of the death of that Capitol Hill police officer?
I think that the punishment should fit the crime. If they were not directly involved in a crime that caused the death, not going into the Capitol, and to my understanding, they didn't go in. Most of them didn't go in firing their weapons. They did do quite a bit of vandalism, I understand. And so if the vandalism caused the death, we have to go with law. We have to keep it in the lines of the law. If they've caused it, they should be charged. I'm with you. I gotta give you that.
I have not heard a news outlet bring that charge against that group.
Well, let me. Don't hang. Listen. What? Right. Hold on. Well, see now this is a really slippery slope went on, because the fact is that the FBI and other law enforcement organizations had foreknowledge before this ever even got going that day. They knew the day before, everything these people were trying to do, and they did nothing to stop it. Even while it was happening, they did nothing. They did almost nothing to stop it. So there's a lot of blame to be spread around on that right there. But a great call. And if you got any other,
I'm trying to evade the question. Do you think, in your opinion, that they that were there should be charged with accessory to manslaughter or murder?
manslaughter and murder. I mean, or murder. That's gonna be a. I would have to have more direct knowledge or information before I could commit to saying charge someone with murder or manslaughter, because we know their motivation, to my understanding, and their motivations were not for that.
Well, we don't know each individual's motivation.
Right. Well, according to what was online, okay, and the information that the FBI had, that they were not going to,
Well, we're seeing now that the FBI is looking into Parler as
accessory,
as to fighting, right, and they're in it.
But let's not forget there was a young man who was there, who from Georgia, apparently after this particular incident went home and committed suicide. Yes. So with the caller, you have a valid point. Yes.
I want to be clear. If the evidence pans out that it fits the bill, of course, charge them with the crime that fits what they were doing. But I'm saying don't load them up because the FBI didn't do their job. They did. I'm saying clearly, there's no question they didn't do their job. They did not do their job. That's a fact. When they knew beforehand. Ron, you want to say?
House Oversight Chair calls FBI to investigate Parler role in Capitol attack.
That's a great call.
So we will see what comes out of that. Thank you, caller.
Thank you, caller.
There's so much that we have today. Yes, sir. But
before we go any further,
comes out. Go ahead.
This show is brought to you by
Still Cash for Junk Car. Get cash today in that vehicle all the way. 615-480-6473. 615-480-6473. Get cash today in that vehicle all the way.
Hey, Ron, have we been here since the inauguration?
No, okay. It was Wednesday.
That was it.
Did you see that beautiful woman named Michelle Obama come out there in that wonderful
breaking news? Michelle Obama stole the show.
Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga. Did you see that other beautiful woman who's now vice president? They're beautiful women, Larry. They are beautiful women. Right. And let me say this. Since Larry's big on, since Larry's big on the best person, Michelle Obama is Ivy League trained. She has the intelligence of she represents the intelligentsia of America. Kamala Harris. What you mean? She went to the best schools. I'm just saying, they taught us if you go to these particular institutions, you have this particular lifestyle. Oh, the system taught us that. Yes. So Kamala comes out beautiful. Yes. Yes. We're gonna get to that when we go eat. We're gonna get to eat when we go eat. Oh yeah. It has brains. It has brains.
Melania was also beautiful.
It has.
Supermodel.
And she's a thief in the night.
Wow.
Stealing Obama's speeches and stuff.
Homeland Security. What do you guys think about Wayne pardon. What do you guys?
Lil Wayne pardon. Hey.
Whoop, there it is. Tunchi. I know.
Is a rapper, a hip hop rapper, and very popular in the hip hop
community.
Yes,
Tunchi.
And a very sharp guy.
Very sharp. Very intelligent.
He was on a private plane traveling from California to Florida and was
apprehended.
The agents aboarded the plane, and he had a firearm. Now, you guys may not have heard about this case, but I heard more about this case. And actually, Amy Coney Barrett made mention of this case. She said, do you know why we have the gun laws that we have on the books actually right now? Gun restrictions. You can't have a gun. If you're a felon, you can't have it. You know why we have it on the books? Former slaves want to protect their home and their family and probably a few positions they may have had. So when an opportunity came about to create legislation to stop certain individuals in the communities from having firearms, they pounced on it. Democrats pounced on it.
No, politicians.
Democrats.
Politicians.
Hold on. Are you that more? We can look it up right now.
Politicians.
We can Google which politicians, what Democrat politicians got on that. But that being said, hold on. I'm making a happy birthday to Miss Renee. Happy belated birthday, Renee Smith. We wish we celebrated with you yesterday.
And then one of our thank you for one of our YouTubers said the poet spoke eloquently. So we shout out to those people who did what they did.
Shout out to
Polish Cleaning Company. And while we on something, I have a 12-year-old in my church. The girl can braid hair. Her mom, Kendra, I need you to call in. Kendra, call in. Because we need to get her business going. Because she's an entrepreneur and Larry believes in business. So Kendra, call in 615-242-7760. Tunchi.
Small amount of drugs on it. So we gotta be aware of that, and we're gonna. She said a lot of drugs. Wait a minute, a lot of drugs.
Lil Wayne and Kodak Black among the 4 hip hop figures Trump pardon. An executive.
Who is your president?
Nation and founder of Temporal Records also received pardons or communication. Somebody said, were they paying Trump to do this, capping a long, strange relationship between his former president and the rap world?
Wow.
And later,
Donald Trump was hip hop until the media said he was racist. Donald Trump was a hip hop soldier until the media, if you didn't know. I'm sorry, and those who were misled or misguided. I wish I had this guy from Atlanta calling right now. I was in Atlanta.
Okay. Yeah.
This weekend, and I was spending time with family, and one member of the family is a radical liberal Democrat. Okay. And when we argued, and I made the point that Donald Trump, and I'll still make the point, Donald Trump was Black America's president, our best president, in my humble opinion. I'm gonna stand by that. But moving on.
Slow down. That's true. Y'all heard it first, right, second,
here.
Third, 16th, 25th, and 188 times. Ron, Larry, and I are endorsing Larry's comment. Donald Trump was Black America's president.
Joe Biden. I'll tell y'all about a couple of more executive orders. Joe Biden executive 100 days, no deportations. I'm not saying that illegal immigrants will not be deported for 100 days, no matter what crime they commit. The order went out to Homeland Security and the Border Patrol. Do not deport anybody?
What?
Yeah. Ron,
Is that our president?
Who?
Ours.
I'm not claiming. It's like that family. I'm not claiming that family. I'm not claiming. No.
You ain't claiming it. You can't claim it.
No, I'm embarrassed. It's embarrassing. Also, I want to break down this pipeline deal. I'm gonna break that down now for real. Seriously.
Slow down, people. Let's get our listening audiences all abreast about what we're about to talk about.
Keystone Pipeline.
Keystone Pipe. And then you mentioned something about the deal from the 1700s, 1800s about the slaves. We want to revisit. We have to revisit that. The firearm, because it was about brown people, the community of brown people. But they wouldn't let us do that. The politicians.
Any kind of charge. We gotta look into that. But the fact is that Amy Coney Barrett brought it about. Even as a felon should not. If you are a committed, pay your debt to society.
You paid it.
You're done with that, and you're not in a criminal violation. You should not be charged with a crime just by having a gun.
Okay.
You weren't in the act of committing a crime.
Tell us who she is. I know who she is.
Amy Coney Barrett is the last Supreme Court justice nominated and sits on the Supreme Court by the 45th president of these great United States, Donald John Trump. And I'm sorry, most of those conservative justices and their opinions help people on the more economically disadvantaged side of the spectrum. Does that make any sense?
Okay.
The economically disadvantaged side of the spectrum.
Let me go into a couple more things. We do know that this is the first show since the inauguration, like you said. Donald Trump, he did somewhat of a kind of military send-off, not the way he actually wanted it. National Guardsmen were pulled, at least 100 were charged with federal crimes connected with the fatal riots. A lady was accused of stealing a laptop, was turned in by her romantic partner. They said Trump wishes Biden luck, and he denounced the riot on the final day in office.
It's good.
Trump denounced it. Yeah. Mitch McConnell says that he provoked the riots.
Mitch McConnell's out of here.
No, he's not.
Out of there.
No, Mitch McConnell.
Mrs. Don't.
Why?
Out of there.
Why? Why?
You can't go against the most popular president, member of the party ever. Most popular ever.
May I raise some assertions?
Go right here, please.
Part of the popularity of Donald Trump is based upon we in a social media era, and he capitalized on. That's not a bad thing. Listen, that's not a bad thing. Secondly, because of he capitalized in this era that we lived in, that helps promulgate his popularity and his personality. I'm grateful for that. Thank you for social media. You said Uncle Mitch is out of here.
Him. I got
you finna
Sass.
You finna run them down.
All of them. Sass, McConnell, McCain. There's one more. Sass, McCain, Romney. Out of there. We get them both the Mitches out of there. Traitors. And if there's any more traitors to the party.
Is the Republican Party
fractured?
I was gonna go there. Ron, what do you think?
Definitely it is. It was fractured before Donald Trump came in. And that's the reason why he made it in. But let me read a couple of these. And some of these not sounding good. These are some of the executive orders. He's got a lot of them.
Go ahead, 17.
Okay, but I know he rejoined the Paris Climate Accord, cancels the Keystone XL pipeline, and directs agencies to review and reverse more than 100 Trump actions on the environment. He rescinds the Trump administration 1770 commission, directs agencies to review their actions to ensure racial equity.
The 1776 report, commission, final report. The commission's first responsibility is to produce a report summarizing the principles of American founding and how those principles are being issued out in today's education.
Slow down. Say that again.
No, I'm opening it up. Because you probably have you ever heard of Hillsdale College? I get literature from that.
Also prevents workplace discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation or gender identity.
Okay, see, now they brought something else to the floor. Okay, here we go. The 17th series, led by Hillsdale College President Larry Arnn as its chairman, and Vice President Hillsdale, Washington Operations Matthew Spaulding, Executive Director, reported the time to cultivate a better education among Americans in the principles and history of our nation. Here's an excerpt from the introduction. May I share, please?
You may share.
In the course of human events, there have always been those who deny and reject human freedom. But Americans will never falter in defending the fundamental truths of human liberty proclaimed on July 4th, 1776.
For white
Whoa. Wrong. Now, hold on. I got to stop you there. The Constitution does not take preference over color.
The practices of our country.
We've had corrupt people, and we've got corrupt people in power right now.
Yes.
White and black.
Yes.
Black and white.
Yes.
Asian, Indian American, African American, Indian, all that stuff. Come on. I'm sorry. On July 4th, we must always hold these truths.
To be what?
Declared purpose of the President's Advisory 1770 Commission is to enable a rising generation to understand the history and principles of the founding of the United States in 1776, and to strive to form a more perfect union. I'm sorry, hold on. I'm stopping right there. They knew we had people in power that weren't going to do what was right. And there were a lot of founders that had a lot of issues, major issues with, of course, slavery. Slavery, huh? Go ahead. I
believe that was a good thing that was done to help the systemic.
Let me jump in real quick.
Okay.
I had multiple conversations yesterday. You know what the most productive conversation I had yesterday after football? After football was over, mm-hmm. I was saying America is built for entrepreneurs, Ron.
It was built for the people came for entrepreneurs. Right. The spirit of America is for entrepreneurs.
Right. But listen. Right now, but our children, even our generation, mm-hmm. were not educated.
No, we was there to go to school
and be a good worker.
And be a good worker.
Now, mind you, your counterparts coming here, illegal immigrants come here, and they are extremely successful because they believe in the American dream.
Which was stolen from a lot of
people. No, it wasn't stolen. We were just poorly educated. It's not stolen.
Okay, well, stolen.
No, so hold on. Hey, y'all gotta, please, if you get a chance, anybody listening to all this, check out what Lincoln said about slavery. He said anybody who would benefit off another man's sweat all day and won't give him nothing is nothing but a thief. I'm sorry, he's worse than a thief. You hear me? So hold on. So it wasn't, they were aware and cognizant, but it was the powers that be were so overpowering that it was going to be difficult, like it would be today. Right. If we had something, we can't change things with a stroke of thought.
Let me jump in. I can't remember which founding father said this. He said, slavery is like holding a wolf by its ears. Yeah. You're afraid to let him go, but you got to keep a hold on him. Yeah, but that's historical. But you're right. As we shift in gears once again, we talk about the spirit of being an entrepreneur. We got some entrepreneurs that are reaching out to us now by social media, and we want to still plug in CORNELIUS, Hairdo, Kendra. I don't know. I can't say it. Yeah. Let me throw this at you. Arkansas legislators want to remove Black history from public school curriculums. What do you think about that? Arkansas legislators want to remove Black history from public school curriculums. Without American history.
Well, mind you, African history, the African diaspora,
yes,
the entire African continent, And historically speaking, do we have enough information? Those of us who really research and look, Ron, go ahead. Ron,
Good question.
do we have enough information to give an accurate account of Black history?
And not only do we have the information, which I believe we do, is the correct information being provided?
Right.
History is history.
That's right.
History is history. Okay, hold on.
So when you say that, and we talk about the historical makeup of the American curriculum, a lot of it has been filtered and watered and washed down through the lens of those powers that be. Now, when we start talking about the African diaspora, he raised up his shirt. We got to show his shirt. Listen, you got to talk about Egypt. Egypt, the Nile, that's Africa. No, I'm just saying, there's so many things, even you, like the Egyptian education and the way you have to go there. You have to go down those avenues. And here's the thing, and let's just be honest, this is not a racist statement. This is not a stereotypical statement. But the deeper you get into Africa and the further you go back, you're going to bump into people that possibly might not be Caucasian. Did you hear me, Larry?
Yes.
The deeper you get into Africa and the further you go back, there's a possibility that you might not run into a lot of Caucasian people. That's true. Yeah. That's real true. So when you start looking at pyramids and you start learning about Ramesses and King Tut, they possibly did not have a European makeup.
Yes. No, that's a show for us. Okay, we're all over the place. But
we on the curriculum. Yeah. So we're still on curriculum.
Right.
Pull
your shirt back up. I didn't see it.
Let's go down. Hey, Ray, how you doing? Hey, look, check it out. The lady who I was talking to about entrepreneurs, the reason I made mention of it, she said to me, because she works in corporate America. Beautiful lady. I mean, beautiful. She hates corporate America. I said, well, America is built on entrepreneurs. This country is built on entrepreneurs. If you watch people who can't even speak English,
but they can work.
They can work. They're going to work, and they're going to work their butt off to try to get their feet and their hands
freedom.
Well, they know freedom. Once they're able to get their hands in it, they got freedom. They got the freedom here. But what I'm saying, they're trying to adapt to the system to make it work for them, not work for the system. You get me? Because let me repeat that. They're trying to make the system work for them, not them working for the system.
So true, and that's right.
I
love it, and that's what we all need to be doing. I was speaking with a guy here on the way here, and he was kind of upset about the current administration. He said he was mad.
Have him call.
And I said, don't worry, we got the work, the system in so many words. Let's go do a couple of more things. Nashville Motors, 4023 Dickerson Pike, Nashville, Tennessee, home of the $500 down payment. Give them a call, 615-262-9367. They also rent cars out there.
Cash rentals. You don't have to have a major credit card to get a rental car, high quality rental, and Nashville Motors.
Nashville Motors, 4023 Dickerson Pike, Nashville, Tennessee, 615-262-9367. Also want to do a shout out to Hank's Moving Service, hanksmovingservice.com, hanksmovingservice.com.
They do local, residential,
long distance, residential, commercial. 35 years of business, doing great, honesty and integrity, hanksmovingservice.com.
What about my website?
You need a website. I need a website.
I need a website. If you're going to do business in this country,
I need to get on Google.
I need a website.
I need to get on Google today.
Go Google.
Metropolitan Services, website design and marketing, provides professional website design, website redesign, logo creation, custom business cards, brochures, flyers, newsletters. They can get you to the top of Google for specific keywords and phrases, social media campaigns, setup, and management. Give them a call or text, 615-569-6409, 615-569-6409, or give them a search on Google, Metropolitan Services Website Design.
And we'll do it for you. I got to do a big shout out to my cousin from yesterday. I was at the house yesterday. watching the football game. Spilled Red Bull drink all over a beautiful couch, and just a fantastic host. But they weren't real mad. If they weren't, they didn't tell me. But I really want a big shout out. And Ron, have you ever been to a party or a house and somebody's being a gracious host to you, and then you just, as you're leaving out the door, just spill something all over the counter, the table, the floor? I was like, oh my goodness.
We are called to be given to hospitality.
I won't put myself in those shoes. And I'm trying to think, you know how it is, because I love having company, family and friends over, you know what I mean? Yeah. Watching the game, I have just whatever, having dinner or whatever. And so something, but for me, I hated that. And
I was like, things happen sometimes. Yeah. But here's another side note.
Side note.
We know that the young lady was murdered on the interstate a few weeks ago here in Nashville, Tennessee.
Local news.
Local news. And now they're saying that it was, the nurse. And they're saying that road rage led to the nurse's killing. What a cop out,
Road rage. Do you suffer?
Did you hear that?
Do you suffer from road rage? I rode behind you before. I'm not taking it lightly. Seriously, I was talking to somebody. I was talking to a friend of mine, Ron, the nicest guy, Cornelius, nicest guy you ever gonna meet. Mm-hmm. He said, but when he gets behind that wheel, and is in a hurry, he said, Christian Ron, a soft-spoken guy, gets behind the wheel, he turns to Dr. Jeff, Mr. Hyde. Wow. He turns into Mr. Hyde behind the wheel because he said when he gets in the car, he's on a mission trying to get where he's going, and say he has spoke out so many people and blew the horn and shot so many birds. So when he gets out of the car, he's all right. He's peaceful, tranquil, but behind that wheel, that's not stupid.
We are called to have self-control. And when we are driving, Larry, and I know you put plenty of miles, but you got to understand that different people are in different demeanor. Some people in a hurry, some people not, just cruising, some people doing it. I say get in where you fit in. Yeah. And I believe in do unto others as you have them do unto you. Yeah. So when somebody cuts me off, I don't get mad, Larry, because I'm knowing people out too.
We're just joking. We're not making light of what happened with the young lady.
Oh no.
But possibly moving forward, there's going to have to be some type of mental evaluation to give a driver's license.
Wait a minute now.
Regulations? You're gonna have
more regulations.
As the country becomes more undisciplined, as the culture becomes more undisciplined, is it not somebody like government's job to help making sure that the undisciplined get some type of discipline? That's why government exists. That's why government exists. No, that's why government exists. No, I'm just saying. I'm saying.
I don't disagree with you.
But government. What's the government's job, Larry? What is the government's job?
I don't want the government in the bathroom with me. I don't want them in the car with me. I don't want them in my house with me. I want 30 acres. I don't want to sit on the ground. Stay on the street, and if you need me, call me. I'll come out and say, what do you need? Don't you in my business too much. It's too much. Hold on, serious business. Serious. No, you touched the point. You made the point.
Make it.
The point was, as we become a more undisciplined society.
Yeah, undisciplined.
Why can't we become a more disciplined society?
Who's gonna help us with that?
Dad.
He's government, though. Dad. But in the community where dad does not exist.
No, dad is everywhere.
I preached about this yesterday. You ain't in my sermon. Go get.
Hold on. Denzel Washington was giving an interview. He was giving an interview, and he said he was talking about him and his friends when he was growing up. Mm-hmm. He was receiving awards. Okay. And he said, now a lot of my friends did not have their father in their life. Okay. He said, and them guys are in jail probably right now.
Okay.
He said it could have been him, but he had his dad right there and his mom together, and they sent him in a different direction.
That's right.
And in a different mentality.
That's right.
As far as discipline, decency, and self-control. Can we put all of them together? Decency,
discipline,
and
self-control.
Hey, what about
Dad?
What about the last one? Even can we put respect in there?
Yeah.
Respect. I want to make it a point. I had my dad in my life now. My dad was no saint. Like, don't say.
We're not asking about saint. You got to call her.
Go ahead, call. Go ahead, call.
So I know y'all don't have a lot of time. This is Mona Lisa. Larry, you want to know how old I am?
Yes, ma'am.
No problem.
Amen. Okay.
Mona Lisa says she's old enough to know better.
I'm coming to find you, Sister Mona. I'm coming to find out how old you are.
I love it. I'm old enough to know better. Let me back up. Let me give you, Larry, Ron, let me throw a biblical illustration at it about dad.
Amen. All right.
You're talking about the spirit of entrepreneurship. When we look at the Jesus that we know through the Bible, was he not an entrepreneur? Yeshua, he was an entrepreneur. And guess who he called? Peter and Andrew, James, and John were what? Entrepreneurs. He said they were mending their nets, entrepreneurs. So we must think about the spirit of the country and the nation to make sure that we are, I'm going to say this word and I'm going to get crucified for it, manufacturing entrepreneurs in our society and not just workers.
Okay, Larry said that this country was built, basically, when you look at it, for entrepreneurs. And we see people migrating here and they get at it. And we've been right here making excuses because we came out of slavery,
the white man,
things like that.
The white man holding me
back.
back.
Yet we were programmed
to
go to school and work for these corporations.
That's right. But
which is almost, is it almost like slavery when a person even working from home right now and they are on their computer and the company only gives them a certain amount of time to do this and a certain amount of time. Some people can't even get off work unless they work. Can I
share a testimony?
Let me share this.
Go ahead.
The American system to educate us for employment. But no. When you look at education in this country, it was designed to create a worker.
Hey, wait a minute, man.
No. That's education. And I'm gonna say this: if you really want the intelligentsia to rule and reign, you want to really get into a privatized. Yes. Public education is not.
Use your degree.
Well, I'm just telling you the truth.
Listen.
I'm telling you the truth. Education is about developing workers and people for society. 90 seconds. Hold on. 90 seconds. Here you go. Time.
My nephew I've been working for the City of Metro for 5 years. Successful job.
Good. Successful job.
He's told me, he said, Uncle, I'm thinking about doing something different. I want to do something. He said, maybe I can. I said, what? He said, when the word maybe, I said, wait a minute. You don't start a business on maybe.
Never.
You start a business with a plan.
Say that again.
You start a business with a plan.
Not what?
Not a maybe.
Say that again.
You don't start a business with a maybe.
Come on. Now you're talking good.
Once this plan is working, you only in my book, in Larry's model, you only leave that job when you can't afford to be there anymore. Did you hear what I said?
Say that again.
I said you only leave that job.
You're preaching good.
That career.
Come on, guys.
It's costing me more money to be here on your clock than I can afford. Go ahead.
I feel you.
I got 39 seconds. Go ahead, caller. Hey.
Them jobs will work you and make your tongue fall out. They'll work you till your tongue fall out.
Thank you. That's right, caller. That's right. Caller said, thanks, caller. The caller said that they will work your job that you have, or work until your tongue fall out. So
Really?
I advise anybody, if you got a dream, make a plan for your dream.
Not a maybe.
Not a maybe.
No.
Not a problem. I think no. Make a plan. If you got a dream or a goal, make a plan around that plan, that dream, and that goal, and then start to implement.
That's right. We're gonna have some sessions. We're gonna talk about money. We're gonna have money sessions. We're gonna have business sessions. We're gonna have investment sessions. And business planning sessions.
Speaking of investments, Ron.
Okay.
Cornelius, I spoke to a fantastic young lady that was very upset about the current affairs, the current administration, and was very upset about the way the previous president, Donald Trump, is being treated. Not only by the media, but also by certain financial institutions. You name it.
Sounds like a good friend of yours.
I know her. I mean, but I listen to anybody's. I listen to anybody's conversation, you know.
Okay.
And so she said she's going to start a fund to help fund the president.
Which president?
The previous president, Donald.
Okay,
Trump,
fund him to do what exactly?
whatever he wants to do.
I think he has a lot of money.
She said she will give him more money.
Nashville
Well, tell her give us some
Nashville
for the show.
Auto Repairs.
Over
606 Fessler's Lane, right up the hill from the McDonald's on Fessler's Lane. Nashville Auto Repairs. Foreign and domestic, major and minor, oil change. If you just need them to look at something that you're hearing, stop by at Nashville Auto Repairs, 606 Fessler's Lane, 615-839-4283.
Yes, sir. Like I'm putting out, we're going to put that out, Ron. As a matter of fact, we need to start every show, if we can, with the 10 steps to starting your business.
Okay.
To success.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. Hold on. You use a tough word because everybody's success is not my success.
That's right.
And my success is not everybody else's success.
Right.
Some people's success is sitting home on the couch. They made $50 a day, or 500, or 2,000, or 5,000. My success is not everybody's success.
It's relative.
It's relative. So success is tricky, but we can certainly help you. I'd like to, if I'm able to. You know how I've done it, or how you've done it, Ron, or how you've done it, Cornelius. Even in putting a sermon together on Sunday. You don't go out there, maybe I'm going to do it this way, or maybe I'm doing it. No, you got to plan.
Working it now.
1, 2, 3, 4, anyway.
Planning is important. Stepping out on faith is important. One thing we have to know that the ducks are never going to be completely in a row. If you're waiting on that to happen, you keep on waiting. You got to step out and get things to move. We'll talk about those things. One of the cheapest forms of advertising is business cards. I mean, you can get 1,000 of them for like $50, or 5,000 for $150 from us. Larry, I see you capitalize on the basic business card. I mean, business card.
Go ahead, Carla.
The question concerning the football. I don't want to be in no game trying to call. Wondering what I got to call the person that's playing either the football game. I don't know whether to call a male or female. So I would say women stay out of the football league because it's better like that.
All right, amen. We with you. We agree. We agree with you, Carla. We agree with you. Women should play women's sports, and men should play men's sports. If you were born a man, you play with the men. If you're born a woman, you play with the women. I understand. The young lady had over Vanderbilt. We don't got about 2 minutes left. The young lady played over Vanderbilt, the kicker in the game.
Right.
I'm not saying she can't do it. What I'm saying is that there's a place and a time for everything. And it's a place and time for women's sports is women's sports. That's my opinion, and I'm gonna hold on to that. Now, if you get a woman that can beat me in football, or outrun me, or can jump higher than I can, okay. But she still needs to play women's sports. That's right. She's a woman.
Okay, but as far as the transgender identity thing that we're talking about
next week.
Okay, so
next week. We
need clarity.
I'm talking about the locker room.
We
go to the locker room in which we were born, in which our identity is. That's the question. We'll bring that back.
We need clarity. We need clarity. Last statement. Please go, listening audience, please go to the 17 or 18 or 19, 20 executive orders that Joe Biden's already put in place and see what you think about them. Let us know next week. This has been To The Point Show. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much.
To The Point Show. Like us on Facebook or visit our website, tothepointshow.com.
Something happened. I don't know. I might have hit something. I ain't
7 a.m. 7 p.m. The gospel.
That's two different things.
Thank y'all for tuning in to The Point.